Wuthering Waves version 2.0 has already started making some very impressive waves in my honest opinion. We've gotten an internal report talking about the revenue that Wuthering Waves has made in version 2.0. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a specific number, but we do in fact know that Wuthering Waves 2.0 and Carlotta have made the single highest amount of revenue in a single day than any other character in Wuthering Waves, which is actually strange because I had thought that Yinlin in version 1.0 would have actually done that, but it could be a case where Yinlin was actually very high and then Carlotta just topped that. And aside from this, we also have a little bit of information on why the revenue is so high, and Kuro Games sort of addressed all of the controversy that has been coming about with all of the gacha revenue charts. So with that said, let's get into the video. Hey, what is up guys, it's Mordant. So, with Wuthering Waves version 2.0 releasing on the 2nd of January 2025, a lot of people have been singing Wuthering Waves praises and it's everywhere. Everyone on almost every single platform has been singing its praises. A lot of people are praising the story, the visuals. Some people are divided on quality of life features. As for my thoughts on it, well, I haven't really played it that much, so I can't really say anything else. But while some people may have been skeptical thinking that all of this praise is just hype for the new version, it really isn't. With the new reports that came out from Kuro Games themselves, talking about Carlotta, the new 5-star character that released in Wuthering Waves with 2.0, achieving the highest amount of revenue made for a single character in a single day. Yeah, all of these praises are definitely not unfounded. And here's the thing, I would love to make speculations on how much they made, but I don't have a benchmark to even start making speculations from, and I really wish that they had showed us some numbers. I also wanted to know which character had the record beforehand. I personally want to think that it was Yinlin, but there are a lot of strong contenders here. We had Changli, we had Jinxie, and we had Camellia. All of these characters were characters that a lot of people were really looking forward to, especially from the beta with Camellia. So I really wish we had that number to be able to say that this is a definitive number, but it's fine either way. We know that Wuthering Waves is making waves. By the way, every single thing I'm about to talk about in this section of the video, actually to be fair, every single thing in this video was in a tweet that Narushio shared, but this was originally a Bilibili post that Narushio just kindly helped us bring over to Twitter, so make sure to check out the link down below and check out Narushio. Narushio has been doing an excellent job keeping up with the news for both Wuthering Waves and PGR. But if you've been in the gacha community for any amount of time, you've probably heard about the gacha revenue charts. Now, if you don't know what the gacha revenue charts are, it's basically taking information from the iOS store and trying to do some predictions with some very loose math to see how much revenue a game may have made in a single month. And if you've been in the Wuthering Waves community for long enough, you know that Wuthering Waves on that chart has always been going down. Like, it started off at around 13 million, and right now I don't think it's up to 5 million. I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, the last time I looked at it, it was around maybe 6 million at most. And there has been a lot of heated debate because of this. A lot of people think that Wuthering Waves is going to end its service soon because it's not making money, and a lot of people have been calling out the charts, calling it a fake chart and all of those kinds of things. I personally stand in the middle. I'm neutral. I don't really care about these things. I really do wish that more companies gave us more detailed stats about how much they are making, rather than us having to go through hoops in order to find out that information, because it can easily lead to a lot of misinformation, which is never nice. But that aside, Kuro then decided to address the issue themselves. They talked about how a lot of people are no longer really going through the Apple Store in order to make purchases in Wuthering Waves. A lot of people are now going outside to look for it. So they could be going through other websites that directly allow you to purchase it in other games, and a lot of people might be using a ton of other various means in order to top up, which might not be reflecting in the iOS charts. Now, while this is a good thing, I think that it's not really a good thing at the same time. Like, I would really have liked if the people who were using the iOS store were actually using the iOS store to boost its numbers through that, because the argument that is being made is that a lot of people are moving away from these platforms and using other means to actually purchase all of these things, and a lot more people are playing on consoles and PCs than they are on their phones. But that doesn't mean that they're only playing Wuthering Waves on their consoles or on their PCs. A lot of people are playing other gacha games on their PCs and on their consoles, and a new game like Love and Deep Space has been rated very highly, and it's using the iOS chart. So it would be nice if the iOS charts themselves also reflected this, but I think it's a product of the very rough launch that we had in version 1.0, so I'm not really going to fault them as long as Wuthering Waves is actually making cash and it's making the bag, which will then enable them to be able to improve the game and give us new features. And if they continue to listen to us, if they continue to do the things that the fans asked, I'll definitely be satisfied with that. But it would be nice if we had more. But while I've also talked about the fact that I would like the iOS charts to be better, it does not mean that you should judge the game's performance based off just the iOS charts. Okay, that is never a healthy thing to do. If you want to judge the health of a game, especially a gacha game like this, you should check every single source of revenue that it has. You don't go to a casino and look at just one game in the casino and say, this casino is not doing well because some people are not playing one game in the casino. There are a ton of games in the casino, and there could be people who are spending a lot more time on another game than on the game you're looking at. So you shouldn't just look at the iOS chart. Try to find out if there are other sources of revenue that you can look at to see whether this game is actually doing well, and then make your opinion about whether the game is going to fail or whether it's going to end its service anytime soon with that. But don't just use only the iOS revenue chart. Also, even the site's developers have also made it clear that everything here is just estimation, it's speculation. So please don't get into any fights because of this. I'd really not want to deal with all of this bickering about the gacha revenue chart at this or the gacha revenue chart at that. It's really a waste of time, in my very honest opinion. By the way, I want to make it clear that I am skimming over a lot of information that were in the tweet. If you want to see every single thing that they talked about the gacha revenue, then make sure to check the tweet, which is linked down below. But leaving all of that aside, I wanted to highlight some of the dubs that version 2.0 of Wuthering Waves has brought along. So Wuthering Waves version 2.0 ranked #1 in Bilibili, and it ranked above Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero, which is absolutely very massive. Like, Wuthering Waves version 2.0 is a very huge improvement from what version 1.0 was. A lot of people are very excited about this version. I am too. I haven't played it that much because I was trying to make the video that I made yesterday, the video where I built Carlotta using only AI, but I've started off with the main story quest. I'm not very impressed with what I've seen so far, but it is very good, and I'm looking forward to see how the story keeps cooking as I continue going further down with the storyline. So aside from ranking #1 in Bilibili, Wuthering Waves has also ranked in the top 10 in other markets including Singapore, South Korea, the Philippines, Hong Kong, and some other regions in China, which is absolutely massive. I'm very happy to see Wuthering Waves doing so well. The developers of the game from the beta have been listening to the players. They've been taking feedback, and they've also been trying to push the boundaries. When Genshin Impact came into the scene, introducing the open world formula mixed in with the gacha formula, there weren't a lot of games there, and Wuthering Waves came along and has started to push it even further. And we have other games that are coming up like Ananta and NTE that are also trying to push it even more. And 2025 is really looking like a good time to be a gacha fan, especially with the beta of Ananta coming out sometime this month, and probably some more information on NTE coming out soon. We haven't heard anything from Azure Familia yet, but I plan on making a video about that, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that video when I actually make it. But that's really everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm really happy about the success of Wuthering Waves. I can't really state this enough. I really hope that the devs at Kuro Games continue to keep up the good work. With all of that said, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Azure Familia, Ananta, NTE, and some other game videos that I'll make from time to time. Join the hideout on Discord where you can suggest different things to me, or you can also just suggest them down in the comments. Let me hear your thoughts about Wuthering Waves version 2.0 and also about the Gacha revenue chart in the comment section down below. And with all of that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.